I quit my job in Aldi.
How you quit it?
Yeah.
I
Did I tell you?
No.
Because I used to, like, I don't know how to tell you. There was, when I started there, my mate was from Cork, the two boys are from Cork. I think it was Ballincollig. And we were having a laugh and stuff, and then he was my mate, and I never had to do the tills. And on the tills, they'd put you on the tills, and you'd have to use your head to do the maths.
Right? No, one of those old tills.
Yeah. No, it's not even an old till, but
the Germans, press the cabbage button.
Like, it adds it all up like normal, right?
Yeah.
And then if they give you 20, you have to work out the maths in your head. Because the Germans all said that. The Germans said that your mind is quicker than a calculator if you train your mind, you know. And they've been wrong in the past. So
once or twice.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
Maybe twice.
Twice, yeah.
And
definitely twice.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely twice. And I was so I wouldn't work the till, and I was happy fucking packing shelves and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, it was a gas job. Like, it was like when all the Polish lads came over, they worked twice as hard as us.
Yeah.
And the Germans were shocked that Irish lads could only pack 3 pallets an hour.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's just the way we are.
Yeah.
And then the Polish lads came over, and they were knocking out 6 pallets an hour. I'm like, would you fucking slow down?
Yeah. We'll meet you halfway.
And they were sculling drinks before the fucking shift as well. Oh, what are they? And anyway, loads of fucking weird stories from Aldi. But I got away with murder for ages, and then there was this manager was determined to get me on the checkout, and I wouldn't go on. And then she said it's that on my job, so she put me on the checkout. And I start going, okay, so how much do you want me to give you back in change? Right, I start asking the fucking audience. I start asking the customers to do the maths for me and stuff. And she took me off. Then she got sacked because she was caught on camera. Her husband backing up a truck to the back door, and they were just putting loads of fucking stock into it, loads of tellies and stuff, and she was selling it. Mad bitch. And anyways, I was about to leave. I wanted to leave, and this manager was determined to get me on the checkout, this new fucker. And he's like, right, I'm getting you on, you're getting trained up next week. I was like, fuck, I'm just going to hand me notice. Do it, right? Yeah. And then, because one of my mates was out with a bad back.
Was that your first job?
No, I was in college in my 20s, early 20s when I went back. And my mate was out with a bad back, and I was like, oh, fucking, I can get a bad back. Right? So I went in the warehouse.
The old Mesidozil.
Rolling around. Yeah. But I went into the warehouse, and because I was studying like fucking graphics and stuff, so I was using Photoshop. And I went into the warehouse and I slammed the pallet on the ground and I lay on my back. I was like, oh, me back. And they go, you better go. So one of the women had to drive me home, and then I faked a sick note for 2 weeks, and then I just left. That was it. Never went back. Yeah. I just didn't want to work at the tills. No way.
I know that feeling, alright. It's like me, when I was in the call centre back home, I was an Irish advisor for the RTB, you know? So I was the Irish translator.
Oh, yeah.
The Residential Tenancy Board.
Yeah?
Yeah, like 6 months before I came over here. But it was just like, it's a shite job. You're just talking to landlords and residents when they have disputes and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And then I was at a fucking rave, and I took a step down, literally a normal step, just took a step, and then I broke my foot. I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like Jack Wilshere. I'm like, it's just
a glass.
Yeah, and then the thing is, I cycled out to the rave, so my bike was there, and obviously I can't cycle it back with a broken foot. So it was only a few minutes out the road anyway, so I left my bike there, went in, and then went to the fucking dole to sign on. They give you, €200 a week.
Yeah.
And then I was out for the month, and then I was just like, when I was 1 month out of work, injured, and then I was back, I was like, fuck this. So I just didn't show up for a month. And then they paid me the full amount, a month's wage at the end of the month. And then they sent me a letter then a couple of weeks later, and they were like, it seems you've been paid accidentally. Can you please return that €1,500? I was like, that money is gone.
See,
that is gone.
Is that why you live here now?
The RTB are after
me. Yeah. Bastards.
Yeah, but that was an acrimonious departure.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I've not left jobs on good terms. A lot of jobs. I was trying to think of another one, but that was I was delighted to leave that one, but that paid great. Like, I used to go to Barcelona, like we set up the Barcelona Supporters Club in Dublin to get the thing on the map. And then so my mate, we had so we flew over, and that's how much money Aldi paid. We could go over. I'll tell you how we burnt down I didn't burn it down, but people thought I burnt it down. But I'll tell you that in a second. But we got to Barcelona. I'll tell you that now. Fuck it, Barcelona. It's Aldi was really close to my house, right?
Yeah.
And I had to wake up early and pack the fucking produce. I had to be in at 6 or 7 and pack the fucking fruit and veg and stuff. I still don't know what some fruit and veg is. I'm trying to make Jane a veggie lasagna, and then I went looking around the shops and I bought these green things and I scanned them through and it came to like $3 each for these little green things. I'm like, right, the fuck is that? And then I bumped into a comedian, one of the lads, when I was walking out. He goes, "You okay?" And I was like, "What are these things called?" It's a courgette. I'm like, oh, right, yeah.
That's what they are.
All right, fuck, they're expensive.
Yeah, I thought that was a sport.
I didn't know what it was. It's the one where you wear the mask and a stick. Yeah. I didn't have no idea what it was. But I used to have to pack that in Aldi, and I hated it. But you know, I wanted money, and my mate called me up one night, and I was trying to get an early night, and I could never get early nights. And he called me up. He's like, you have no job. I'm like, yeah, all right, Carl. I'm sure you're there. We'll have a good night. I can't come out. I'm there. You know, I'm up early. And he's like, no, seriously, look out the window. Your job's on fire. And I could see Aldi fucking ablaze. I was like, no way, right? My job was on fire. I was so excited. I got cans. I ran down
to Lidl.
Yeah. Bought the cans from
Lidl.
I used to do that. I used to go just to wind up the Germans.
Yeah.
Right? I used to go to Lidl, get one of their bags, and just bring it in.
Super Value or something.
No, not even that. I'd go to Lidl, get some stuff, and then come in and go, I just went out and got lunch. I'm like, in Lidl? I go, yeah, it's cheaper. Yeah. Fucking wrecked our heads. Yeah. I used to have our ones come in as well with their not the Super Value bags, no, the Marks and Spencer's bags. And buy Aldi stuff and put it into the fucking one of them. She came up once and she had her bag in the trolley, and she like there's two things. Like this one she said, she goes, "Oh, have you got the fabric conditioner in ylang ylang flavour?" Like, you're not eating it, you mad bitch. Yeah. You know what I mean? But then someone else came. What was it again? Oh yeah, it was fabric conditioner again. Right. And then and it was blue. And someone else came up and goes, "Have you got this fabric conditioner for girls?" I was like, "It's the same." Yeah. He goes, "No, the girls' one is pink." But like, it's the same on the inside. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking lunatic. Yeah. Couldn't handle them. So I hated them. So anyway, the job was on fire. Yeah. And I got a lot of cans ran over, and my mates were the supervisors. I was like, "Yeah, fucking." And then my mate Paul from Cork, he's the manager like of the shop, and he came over and we're having a couple of cans, having a laugh. I don't know, it's outside. Rain. Having a laugh, right? And then the fucking Germans, they're always in suits, they're like Men in Black. And they turn up, and then Paul was like, "Oh fuck, I better behave," you know? Yeah. And he was freaked out because you have to follow this list of protocols to close the shop, right? And he didn't, he just put the keys wherever it wasn't supposed to be. Right. So he was shitting himself. And then I was jumping around too much. Then people thought I burned to death, right? Because I was so fucking
too happy.
Yeah, and like, they're up in the morning. I don't know what a courgette is.
Lighting your fags off the fucking burning building.
Yeah. So, it's keeping me nice and warm. He fucking hated me, the Germans. And so I was delighted in having a couple of cans, and then it turned out it wasn't me.
Turns out it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It was a couple of lads lighting fires in the bin, and because Aldi's are made of toilet paper, they go up overnight.
They're literally flat pack.
That's literally flat pack, exactly, right? Yeah. And so the bins were beside
IKEA.
The building.
You can buy an Aldi in IKEA.
You can, and you get some meatballs as well. And so someone lit a fire in the bin, and the whole place just went up. And then he had to change the law all over the world where the bin couldn't be touching the building. On the other side, and then they were like, "Oh, there's a homeless man that sleeps under there." Yeah. Not anymore. He's crispy. He's a crispy foot. Man.
He was crusty, now he's crispy.
Yeah. He's got a nice char too. Yeah. It was a mad job. Like, it was fucking. What else? And the travellers used to come in and rob, and. You know, there was no security guard. Yeah. And they'd come in, you'd find a fella's legs hanging out of the freezer. Where he's fucking head first in the freezer. And you're like, "Get out of there." And he goes, "Oh, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that." So, "Get out, will you?" And he gets up and goes, "You're eating chocolate." "I'm not eating chocolate." He's got chocolate all over his face. And another time they just walked in, straight into the warehouse, grabbed the TV, and then just walked straight out the door. And then Paul, I'm on my break, and Paul runs in and he goes, "Here, come out with me now. There's a lot of lads, travellers after stealing a TV." So, how did he steal a TV, right? So we ran out and we caught him at the crossroads at traffic lights. And Paul, because it's his fucking shop, sprinting up like a man in the Terminator, like his arms fucking rigid run. And he opens the door. He goes, "What are you doing with the TV?" And then the lads just goes, oh, do you not pay for it, Pascal? Oh, I thought you paid for it. Oh, sorry, boy. Sorry, I thought you paid for it. Oh, you're a fucking idiot. Right? I love it because they're fucking charming and hilarious. But they were fleecing us. I see fucking fleecing us, man. Gas crack. I'll tell you this fucking the thing I shared today about telly, because we both worked in sales, right? Yeah. So you know how it works. And when I'm working in sales, you were good at it, I was good at it. I went in, I'm doing research for the last couple of days on the TV I want. I knew exactly what I wanted. It's a 70-inch, right? It's a Philips with the ambient thing.
Very fond of yourself, right?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? I don't want to leave the house.
Premiership's back, baby.
Premiership's back, I got Sky. We're getting a new sofa next week. I'm just going to sit there and watch football. I want to feel like I'm on the pitch. I want to run around. And so I went in and I did all the research, right? I was driving around all day yesterday. Harvey Norman, they don't shout at you anymore on Harvey Norman.
Oh yeah,
they're very nice.
It's only the TV, isn't it?
They used to fucking shout at you. But so I knew what I was getting, and it was 1,500. It's not even that expensive.
That's alright.
Yeah, so I did research. And I'm like, why is it so cheap? And somebody said that the buttons does a lack or delay. I'm like, well, I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah, I'm sat at home.
Yeah, I'm sat at home. I need Netflix now. Right, YouTube, and you can talk into it as well, which you won't understand me.
Yeah. No, we have a problem. We have the same one with this.
Oh, the same. Carry on.
Yeah, just talk.
Doesn't understand you. No.
Your one over there. I won't say her name, but
no, don't. She's a fucking
that fucking
don't say her name. Series one.
Yeah, no, I was here one day, just sat down watching Criminal Minds on the TV, and she goes around. She's just like, "Sorry, I didn't get that." Didn't get what? Like watching serial killers and shit, and then she's like that. I'm like, oh, they're taking over, man.
So if I say the name, will it answer?
Alexa, lights off.
The fuck?
Living in the 30th century.
It just went dark. How you got smart lights?
Alexa, light on. 20%.
Here, Alexa, do me a favour. Will you make a noise like a crying baby?
Babies usually cry because they are hungry, angry, or uncomfortable.
Alexa, I didn't ask that. Alexa, cry like a baby.
Thanks for letting me know, so I can learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, you better learn, Alexa. Or you know what's going to happen to you. You cry like a baby, bitch. Because my phone off and goes off as well. But no, I'm getting all that mad lights.
Yeah, no,
as well. But the fucking
himself has it in his bedroom as well. So
I'd say so. Yeah, intimate lighting.
Play some Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. There's but that's it. I was in looking at all that, and I'm looking at lights as well. I'm getting all this carry on, but I'm not getting the one that talks to you.
Yeah.
And so I knew the TV I wanted, right? Looking at it, and we settled on it, and we were talking about it last night. So it was in PB Tech in St. Luke's.
Oh yeah.
I had it on display, and I had it in stock. So I thought, right, I'll go straight there, right? I'll have a go on the remote. I'll see if it's laggy.
You know, if it's a 1 second delay, it's too much. 0.5 seconds,
0.5 seconds, I can handle it.
Yeah.
1 second, if I can forget what I was doing, because I got distracted. So I turned up there and I walked in, and there's this fella, and he wasn't even wearing a uniform for a start. So he said something like, "Can I help you?" or something like that. I was like, "Do you think I work here?" I didn't know what he said. He goes, "No, I work here." I goes, "Oh, yeah, alright, cool." I said, "I want to buy that TV. Can I have the remote control?" Oh no, I said, "Can I have the remote control for that TV just to have a play and see how it is?"
Yeah.
And first of all, he was confused, and he says, "We've had someone come in and ask for that remote yesterday. We have to put them on order." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Just give me the remote for the telly and I have a play." He's like, "Oh," I goes, "Yeah, I want to buy it."
Yeah.
I told him I want to buy the TV.
Yeah.
And
it comes with a remote, doesn't it?
Yeah, it comes with a remote. And he comes over and he stands beside me and he goes, "Are you really sure you want to buy this TV?" I'm like, "Oh God, right, go on, let's go. Let's go. Tell me the story." And he goes, "No, it's just that it doesn't have as good resolution, just quality as the Sonys and the ones over there."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's not as good." I'm like, "It looks fine to me." Right?
Yeah.
And the buttons were fine, everything was fine. And he goes into YouTube on on his remote thing, and he brings up a video, and it's a solid white screen. And I found it when I went home. It's like 20 hours of a white screen. I don't know who uploaded it. I don't know why it's there, right? But it's 20 minutes of a white screen.
50 million views.
50 million. Like, that's not how you fucking go viral. And he puts it on the telly, and he goes, "See that? Right, so down the bottom of the screen was it was darker. It was like a bit,
yeah."
And he goes, "See, that's what I mean." And I went, that happens on YouTube. That's on the video you put on.
Yeah.
When you hover over it, look, now it's gone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
When you move
yeah.
the mouse, it's gone. And then he goes, yeah, but look at the black circles. And he points at the top of the screen. And I swear, I couldn't see a black circle. And he goes, look at the black dots. I'm like, there's no black dots.
Yeah.
He goes, look at the black dots. And I'm starting to fucking doubt my eyes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm getting down to his size and I'm looking at it like, I don't see any black dots. And he's like, there's a black dots. I'm like, are you alright? Okay.
Are you having a stroke?
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah.
You're a fucking, you need a fucking eye doctor, you need Specsavers. And he goes, look at the black dots. And then he touches the screen. Well, my laptop doesn't do it, but you know how TVs are when you touch the screen. Yeah, a little, it goes dark. And you go, see the black dots? I'm like, you touched the screen! You touched the screen!
Yeah, here, put a magnet next to it.
Yeah, see what happens.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but that wouldn't happen on the other. I said, oh, just give me the TV. You're gonna buy it. You go home. But like, either that was. I gave him. He was getting commission. I walked in and I said, I want this TV.
Greedy.
I'm giving you money. But yeah, greedy is one thing. But he nearly lost the whole sale.
Yeah.
Unless he was trying to be really clever and didn't think I wanted the sale, and he was trying to make me buy it out of spite. But I was baffled, and I walked out and going, what a prick. I got a TV though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm seeing black dots everywhere I go. I swear, like I got home, I was driving and I'm seeing black.
Too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm driving around going, now I see black dots.
Yeah.
He's in my head. Fucking
Living rent free, baby.
living rent free.
Fair.
And then you were out with the lads 2 weeks ago. And
I
I'm
was.
looking at the video of doing a shoey.
Oh yeah, so for Brett's birthday, yeah. So we went. I was working till about 8 o'clock, and then I just said to Kaylin, I was just like, "Oh, here." I was like, It's Brett's birthday. I'm gonna shoot off, and we found this fucking mental.
Yeah.
And you've been there.
I love it.
It's like, what did I say? It's like if Crumlin Bowling Alley had a fucking baby with Detroit.
Yeah.
It's
And that is spot on. It still has Christmas decorations from 1980.
Yeah, in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
It's fucking no. It's just meant to. You go in there. There's the bowling alley and the actual pins themselves and the machines that pick them up and stuff. They haven't been replaced since the 1920s. They were the first ever bowling alley or something, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like we got put in a lane first. I think it was number 4, and then we threw a ball, and then like just as the ball is about to hit the pins, like the thing comes fucking shooting down,
Boing.
and it's just like. Man, that is so close to actually just going down before the ball even goes down, you know?
Yeah.
And then the pins didn't come out like 7 times
that
in a row.
happens. They move you on
And
different...
then, they moved us on then, And then the bathroom, man, oh my god, it's mental inside there. They've got like a sink, but it's like a fucking factory sink, like where you power wash your hands if you're in a lab or something.
Or like you have a farm or something, like washing a horse.
Or a cat, or a little calf or something.
Yeah. It's a big fucking deep metal bin.
As well, Danny pointed out, the fucking down tube for the plumbing, it goes out the window, so the window's open at all times. Yeah. Because it's like, they didn't put it on the outside of the building going in. It goes through the window.
Really?
Yeah, so the window's always a crack open because the pipe is going down through it.
And Danny always on the pipes.
I'm telling you, isn't it?
It's such
it's
a
like
mad
that's
kit.
It is, yeah. And it's all these arcade games and
which don't really work, and you need coins.
Yeah.
You need coins and the machines that picks up chocolate bars. There's like 2 chocolate
techno
bars.
Blasting at 2 in the day and shit, you know.
Yeah.
They had a DJ there, man.
A DJ.
And he's a
DJ.
And he drinks in the class sometimes. That he's a big Russian dude, right? And he's got like shaved head except for a ponytail. Yeah. And he has this chain with an AK on it, an AK-47 on this gold chain. And he came into the pub one day just with a T-shirt that just said drug dealer on it. And then he went to buy a drink. Then he just had like a wad of cash. I was like, mate, you're a brave man. I like it.
Shit, man. And he's a DJ. That pays that much money.
Yeah.
It's such a mad place. Like, we were there years ago. My mate was playing basketball, and the basketball got stuck. You know the thing. And he was like, I can't get it off. And he's looking over at the staff, and the staff just didn't care. Yeah. So Danny just fucking climbed into the machine. And they're looking at him, they don't care. They don't care. Yeah. It's a mad kid. And the elevator, the lift sometimes doesn't work.
It shakes.
Yeah,
it
shakes. And I think it has carpet and the walls. It's fucking, it's mental.
It is, yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Yeah, but then basically the loser of the bowling had to do a shoey.
Oh yeah.
So we did 2 rounds and I lost the first one convincingly.
Yeah.
And then we were like, right, that's the practice round. So the next one, like the loser has to do a shoey. And I actually somehow managed to get 4 points ahead going into the last throw. Yeah. And then Danny got up to he got up to 74 and I was on 70. Yeah. And I was like, right, 2 shots here. All I need to do is hit 5 pins in 2 shots, right? Fucking first one, gutter. Oh no, I've choked it.
Yeah.
Right, one more go. Gutter. No!
He's
Oh, man.
shoey.
I know.
Because I
man.
looked at that. I was wearing the same shoes.
The thing is, I just bought them shoes the day before, man.
Oh, then that's all right then.
Yeah, it isn't. It isn't. At least it wasn't like manky old shoes. I see
Yeah,
what you're
because
saying.
I had manky old shoes.
Yeah,
that I wore in the gym.
Yeah.
And I wore running around with the dog.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I
yeah.
was there, which I planned on, if I was there, I would have lost.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm shocking at it.
That's what I'm shocking as well.
And I would have had to drink out my scruffy shoe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad. I'm
Yeah.
fucking delighted.
But yeah, then we just went to the Claddagh and then into Ted's. And then I went up to Grand Central. I don't know where I was going. I had about $50 and I ended up fucking shit-faced.
How was heads?
Great. Yeah, I think there was a few around. I don't know. We were fucking langers in the Claddagh by the time we left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I haven't been out for a couple of weeks. Oh, was I? No, I did a gig last week, and we ended up going to Corner Bar or somewhere else.
It's
Local.
the name of a pub in Scoop.
Is it?
Yeah, the Corner Bar.
It's funny enough. It's on the corner, and we went to we did a
Fucking
gig.
genius,
and we went there, yeah. And Jane was with us, and it turned into a like impromptu night out.
Oh yeah.
And absolutely fucking trashed. And there was this fella with us. He's one of my mates, and I ordered a whiskey, and he goes, "Don't be drinking that whiskey." And he kept getting some top shelf stuff, which he didn't even notice it. I want the whiskey to hurt.
Yeah.
I want the pain, and he's just getting this, and you're drinking it, it's like water. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's hit me. Let's get another one.
Yeah.
And then I was absolutely geared. Woke up the next morning going, water. I need water. What the fuck happened last night?
Give some more of that whiskey.
That's it, yeah. Oh, that was
Goes
it.
down
That
like
was good.
water.
I haven't been out in ages, but then that's because I just wanted to get the house. So
Yeah. I know, fair play. All in good time, do you know what I mean?
fucking wrecking me head. But
Yeah.
I got it, man.
And so, did you watch the football?
I did. I watched all the football.
Did you
'Cause
start Friday night?
I started Friday night.
Or well, Saturday
No,
morning.
sorry.
Saturday morning. Arsenal Palace.
No, I didn't stay up to watch that. I watched the highlights of that, and then I watched the Liverpool game. Liverpool were shite.
Well, Fulham are really good, man.
They were really good.
They were
Liverpool
really
just
good.
couldn't put a ball
Fulham.
together.
I was watching it, and it was just like they were fucking just on it. From, do you
Yeah.
know, they were mad.
They-
They were doing to Liverpool.
Yeah.
What Liverpool doing
Yeah,
to everyone
exactly.
else in the league.
They played our game,
Yeah.
but Trent couldn't put a pass together.
No.
Salah was gone.
Mitro's back in the big time, baby.
Jesus Christ, the fucking size of him.
I know.
And then like fucking diving bastard.
Yeah.
And yeah, no. So it was some game. It was tough to
Disappointed.
watch. Yeah, it was. But I sat
But
up
you
and
know, now
watched it.
it's going to happen. You know, you lose the league by a point.
By a
You'd be
point,
if we
yeah, that's
beat
it.
Fucking Fulham
That's
on
mad
the
that they're
opening day.
talking about that
Do you
now.
know- yeah,
already,
yeah.
like one
That's
game
probably
in.
costing. That's probably costing
Yeah,
the league.
that's the league.
That's
One
the
game
league
in.
gone. Yeah.
Mental. And then
That's the standards fucking City are setting as well.
Oh, what
you
else?
know?
And then look at your man now, Haaland. He's like a superhero.
He's
He's a different.
literally.
He's a different level. He's massive. Do you know when you're playing? Do you know when you're playing FIFA and you create your own player and you
Yeah,
make
yeah,
yourself the tallest and the
like,
fastest?
Yeah.
Everything.
Strength
You-
of full,
yeah.
and you know.
Yeah, 99, 99,
Yeah,
99.
yeah.
Watching him just fucking
It's-
breeze by people
Yeah,
for his
yeah,
goals.
yeah.
Terrifying.
And it's not. It's bullshit. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
not
cheat.
fair.
It's a cheat code.
It's not fair. It is a
You
cheat
know,
code.
The only good thing is he does like an old injury or two. do you
Yeah,
know?
but he gets that from his dad.
And sure, he got it from
Yeah,
Cork.
I know. Yeah, we need to get Roy Keane on the pitch.
Yeah, that's it.
Slap
yeah.
him in the knee.
Yeah. Bring him back.
Bring him back
for
down
one
there.
game. You know, United against City.
That's
Fucking
it,
Roy
just
Keane
one
signs
game,
up, free agent.
And because he's that old, he's allowed to have a hatchet.
Yeah.
And just chop his fucking
He's playing
head.
centre back as well.
Yeah.
He's man marking Haaland.
Oh man, I'd
Yeah.
love to see it. I fucking love to see it. Oh, yeah, he needs a good injury. How often was he injured before?
Oh, he misses like for Dortmund. He was missing 13, 14 games a season. do you know?
That's good. Hope that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
He'll
Yeah.
get kicked more in this league
He
than
will.
he would in
Yeah. So hopefully, you know, that's the only fucking thing. But it's
He
not
nearly
looking
put the
good.
head off Dick Van Dyke. Virgil Van Dyke. He nearly put the head off him.
Yeah.
In the thing.
Grand Dyke.
Man, I tell you, I was watching last night. We had a box of wine and watched whatever Curb Your Enthusiasm, and then there's this new documentary about Woodstock '99. Did you ever
Right.
hear about that?
I've heard, yeah.
Fucking, it's on Netflix. There's 3 episodes. I
Right.
thought, right, I'll watch the first few minutes of it. Jane was going to bed, and I was hooked, right? And
Right.
I binged the whole lot of it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And while I was watching it, I was drinking more and more wine, and then I was absolutely slaughtered going to bed. And I got into bed. I was like, "You want to see the show, Jane? It's about Woodstock 1999." And they're all fucking off their heads, and they start burning down the place and come back. And Man United lost. It was great. He's like, "What are you talking about?" I have no idea.
Yeah.
And then I woke up today in a fucking, not in a jock, but I was
Just-
a bit dizzy and
Yeah,
dusty. And I'm like,
yeah.
"Why is that?" It's like, "Oh, because you drank a box of wine."
That'll do with you.
That show was mad, right? And I'm watching it, right? So it's because the Woodstock, the original, was in a massive field, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
people were giving out free food
Yeah,
and trying to, you know, it was all about love and whatever.
Yeah.
And then they did Woodstock again in I forget what year it was, and they did it in a field, but it was too muddy, and so people pushed over the gate and got in for free.
Yeah.
And the people that ran that Woodstock wanted to make loads of money out of it. Right?
Yeah.
Greedy bastards. So then this one, what they did, because they didn't put it in a field, they put it in a like an airport base, like an army base.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So you're not getting through those walls.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's a prison. Let them all in, charge them $150. They took all of their water, all of their booze, took all of the stuff off them. They had to buy it all there, right? And they came in, and they were getting ripped off and stuff. And it was a heat wave as well.
Yeah.
And because they're not on a field or underneath tree, it's a fucking airport base.
Right.
They're all like trying to get it behind in the shade of a little stick or something like
No
that.
water or
Yeah,
anything.
they're in bits and
Kill
so-
the hippies.
well, that's it. The hippies. Yeah, and then so the first day was carnage. You know,
Yeah, one or two, yeah.
And they're talking about it like, this is crazy, this is fucking mad. And then the second day, the toilets are all wrecked, and there was fellas swimming in shite, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah," jumping around, splashing in shite. They didn't know it was shite, but it was shite. And people were getting sick because that shite water got into the actual water of a fountain, and people were drinking. They did a test where they put samples in a lab, and then it just multiplied. Little fucking gremlins popped out. Like,
Jesus.
it's obviously not, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
mad. And then who was it? Limp Bizkit was on winding them up, winding the crowd, getting them to go fucking nuts. And
Yeah.
Korn, I think it was. And
So I heard something about corn before, like
Yeah.
corn, yeah.
Oh, you got
in
them-
Woodstock. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. It was that one, right?
Yeah.
Got them all fired up. So I got all those like white frat boy dickheads, right? So by the final day, everyone lost their mind, and they just at the final. So for peace and love, they had this idea of giving everyone candles, right? So this is 3 days of no water, sunstroke, drugs, drink,
Yeah.
and winding them up, and then the shops were charging more for food on the last day because they could, and then they gave everyone candles, and everyone just went, "Yeah, fuck it," and just started burning shit. Fatboy Slim was on it, and then there's a fire in the middle.
Yeah.
It was the sound tower, and they're going, "We need to get out of here now." So the sound lads are jumping down. The whole thing goes up in flames. Fatboy Slim was rushed into a car and rushed out and straight to the airport. And it was just, and they showed the video of how it looked, the aftermath, but it still didn't look as bad as Oxygen. You know what I mean? I'm watching it going, it is mad, but we did that as well.
Yeah.
We set fire to our tents.
Yeah.
We set fire.
Other people's tents.
Other people's tents, yeah. We set fire. I remember once I had this. I told a stupid story. I worked in a cash and carry, and I told the lads, I'm not going to queue up for the toilet. I have this idea. I'm going to bring bags, and I'm going to shit in the bags in my tent, right? I'm going to wipe my arse, and then I'm going to get out, and I'm going to go, whee, swing it around, right? And wherever it lands, it's their problem, right? And it was a joke, you know, but I was like, I started to believe my own joke. I'm like, I could do this.
That's acceptable.
That's acceptable. So one day, I couldn't go there. It was the second day and third day, and I couldn't go into the toilets. They were shocking, like, and people sliding and shite and stuff. So, and I was steaming, right? And I'm after... I brought sausages, and they had to be cooked, but I didn't cook them properly, and because I run out of gas in my little portable cooker, which you weren't allowed to have as well. So you couldn't keep sketching.
Trying to cook,
right?
So trying to eat a basic human need.
Keep sketch, so I can fucking survive. I didn't cook the sausages, properly, and I ate them. So then I got sick, like food poisoning. And I don't really puke. I just
and then you shit in a bag.
Yeah. So then I was like, oh lads, I need to shite really bad, right? And I was like, oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna go in a tent and do it. And I'm steaming at this day. I'm off me nut, and I'm in the tent, and I forgot how small my tent was. I put it on my cacks, and I put the bag between my legs, and I started to go, but I couldn't really control it, and I had bad hand-eye coordination, right?
Yeah.
And then
3 days into it,
3 days into it, yeah, and it was horrible smell, right? To the extent where strangers were walking by, going, "I think someone's having a shit." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I was having a shit. Yeah. I hid in there for about another hour, so all people were gone. I just stayed there with the bag. I didn't swing it around. I lay there and I went, just want to go home.
I've hit my nadir. This is it. Like,
I looked at my knife.
If I ever have a worse moment than this, like, then
this is a bad moment for me. And I look back at that.
I'm not wiping my arse with a tight towel bag.
I'm not wiping it's the salt that goes into my arse and fucking hemorrhoids.
Adam and Paul, you know.
Adam and Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not wiping my arse with a tight towel bag.
Has to be done. Have you ever wiped your arse with a tight towel bag?
No, no.
It's good for spots.
Yeah, it is.
It's good for acne.
Yeah.
How was your festival experience?
Oh man, where do I start? I've been to one or two. So there was one on West Cork every year. Well, it's kind of West Cork. It's Macroon, you know.
Yeah.
It's North Cork, north of me. Everything's north of me.
Yeah. Of course.
Except New Zealand, you know.
Oh, that's not. Depends on what way you're looking at.
Yeah. You know. So yeah, we used to go there every year. So I remember I think it was the last one before. So it was on for 5 years. So I went to everyone, and then the last one they like changed the field. So it was on the left hand side of the road, and then they put it on the right hand side of the road. I don't know why, but I was working at the most recent one because I couldn't afford a ticket. I was like, oh fuck it, I'll see if I can get a volunteer job or something for a free ticket. You know, didn't get paid for it. Grand, yeah. So we were there anyway, and we were fucking. What was it? Yeah, so it was just basically all I was doing was stewarding. So like for the VIP entrance. So not VIP, not just bands and shit, or like crew and shit.
Yeah.
So like the crew entrances, all the crew can go past, you know. Yeah. And I was up the first night and I was fucking out of it, hadn't slept, you know, and it was the middle of June, I think, and the fucking sun was blaring, hadn't slept, and then I had to go do fucking 6 hours of this, like, and I hadn't slept, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, like. And then I sat down with this young fella, and he was just so like energetic, and he was like, he didn't drink or anything. He was just there as security, like. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm professional kickboxer on this." And I was like, blah, 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 no. I'm going mad, and I'm just there, and he's sitting on the chair for a bit, and I was like, "Oh man, can I sit down there for a minute?" He's like, "Yeah, cool." And then I just started dozing off. He's like, "Hey man, you can't fall asleep." I was like, "Man, I haven't slept. Like, just give us a minute." Do you know what I mean? And then anyway, that was fine. I somehow got through it. Still hadn't slept, fucking went back, and then my buddy was like, "Oh, do you want this little concoction?" And I was like, "Yeah, go for it." You know, whatever the fuck it was. But I remember going for a piss up against the fence, and I was there pissing, and then this, whatever the fucking thing was, hit in, and it was just like, oh. It was weird, like when I was walking through the tents, it was just like my vision was just like doom, 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 like tents flying over. But if I walked in one certain direction, everything was normal. So I just walked like southeast east. Just like, no, I'm doing this. Lost all my mates. Yeah. But it's a small festival, you find it quick enough, you know. And as well, my buddies had actually won a glamping tent on Red FM, which is like the Cork radio station. So we had it was a massive teepee. Fit like 15 people, and we had electricity as well. So I know. So we had a big, my mate Jake had a big fucking speaker like that size, you know. And so once the music stopped in the festival, we were just blasting out drum bass all night, like, you know. And then you have people like coming up like from the family section. Can you keep that down? Can you not bring your fucking kids to a festival? You absolute ape. You know? Yeah. And then another one, I worked at Electric Picnic as well.
Did you?
But I got paid for that. So I was doing the glamping tents. Yeah. Setting them up and breaking them down and shit. So that was a good laugh. Yeah. So, you know, you might have a bit of something on you walking into the place, do you know? Yeah. So I remember walking in, and I forgot I was crew, like. Yeah. You know? I completely forgot, like. I walked
up in trouble.
Yeah, I walked up to the main gate, and I was like, oh shit, I have a bit in my pocket, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then I walk up, and then your man's just like, Yeah, head away in. They were like searching everyone else on the way in, but because I was crew, they were yeah, you go in.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Man,
Thank God for that.
hands wedged me socks and everything.
Up the hoop.
Up the hoop.
You know,
Just to have a can
saving that can for later.
Why is it warm? It tastes like shite.
Yeah.
Me arse.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been to a few. I was at Boomtown twice over in England.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
nice.
is mental. That is mental. Yeah, that was fucking great crack as well. Enjoyed that.
We did electric picnic about 5 years ago when I was back in Ireland, and we got free tickets because we were doing comedy, and we were in the Father Ted themed area.
Okay.
And we to get our free tickets we had to perform a bad song, right? It's like kind of competition.
My Lovely Horse.
Yeah, like that. It's
Yeah.
that sort of bad song for Europe, and we sang our environmental song.
Right.
Just fucking stupid song. And we sang it and it was great. And we just sang it once and then that was it. We got to be fucking running around the whole weekend.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
And they put us in the performance area, which wasn't near all the muck and the shite and stuff, and our toilets were fairly decent.
Right.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Really nice. It's like, why didn't I do this before?
Yeah.
Like Oxygen years ago. Jesus Christ. And I was a fucking muppet. Like, Jackass was out. And we all thought we were in Jackass, and we're just jumping into shit and jumping on tents and stuff. Idiot. And like, we're walking around, like my mate would go, jumping on a tent, and we're like, for fuck's sake.
That's the one thing now, like this year I do want to go to a festival over here.
Yeah.
I haven't, but every time I try to go, it's like I would have been working in a Munster, you know?
You'd miss out.
I want to go to like Northern Base, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But just to see the difference.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what festivals are like over here.
Yeah, same.
Do they get spasticated like we do back home? Do you know what I mean?
I don't think so.
And as well, at that same electric picnic I was at, my cousin drove down from Dublin, Bobby, and he's there, like, he didn't have a ticket or anything, you know, so he's just there, like, scouting out the area. He's like, how am I going to break it in here, like, and then he sees these bunch of travellers, like 4 or 5 of them. They put like a wooden pallet on the fence, hop over, and then the fucking security, there's like 2 security there, and they catch him straight away, throw him out, and he's like, right, now's my chance. So he fucking runs up the pallet that they put up, and then jumps in, right, lands down, and then fucking there's a steward there next to him. He goes, how many of you are there? He's like, just me, man, my cousin's here, I'm just looking for him. He's like, yeah, okay. It's like,
fuck, like,
you know, he's just like, but I was like, that's fucking brilliant, like, you know.
Is it? We I forget who was playing, but there was a massive queue to get in the tent. Me and my mate, and we're steaming, right? Me and Stephen, absolutely fucking steaming, right? And the queue was massive, and we didn't think we were going to make it in, right? Because they're going to have a limit. And my mate just turns to me and goes, do you ever see the Mogadishu Mile? I said, what? I think it's a Black Hawk Down. It's like, what? No. It goes, Mogadishu Mile, run! And it's this bit in the movie where the soldiers have to run a mile while they're being shot at. So I'm like, ah! Just to run in and watch fucking Pet Shop Boys. I don't know who it was. But yeah.